Jack Miller will enter the MotoGP World Championship in 2015 by making the unprecedented step up to the Premier class straight from Moto3, becoming the first rider to do so since Moto3 replaced the 125 class at the start of 2012. Hailing from Townsville in Queensland, the Australian enters as Moto3 runner-up of 2014. His World Championship debut came in 125s in 2011, although his first full season was in 2012 with the Caretta Technology team. It was a difficult and inconsistent first campaign on the world stage, lacking both the experience and regular bike updates he would require to maintain a strong fight at the front of the field. The year ended with 17 points on the board and a best result of 3 points finishes. But there were a few star performances which put him on the map, none more so than qualifying and racing to 4th position at the Sachsenring in the German Grand Prix. For 2013 came a switch to Dirk Heidhoff's Racing Team Germany. Still no podium, but more standout rides which put him in line for a real championship chance a year later. Miller's FTR Honda carried him to 7th in the final standings, but he was still showing signs of being a crasher at times. Not least at Indianapolis, when he further damaged the right collarbone he'd already broken the previous season. He would do further damage to it in Jerez testing at the end of the year, and the plate and several screws fusing the bone back together would only be removed in December 2014. Despite that issue, 2014 was a superb season for the now 19-year-old. Off the track, he was establishing himself as an amusing character, which made him hugely popular with the fans. On it, he was winning for the first time right from the season opener in Qatar, now racing with Aki Ayo's Red Bull KTM outfit. Profiting here at the Sale from a last lap mistake from Alex Marquez, and the season would be all about those two. During the year, Miller racked up no less than 8 pole positions and 6 Grand Prix victories, taking the checkered flag in Qatar, Texas, France, Germany, Australia and Valencia. Despite having double the amount of points as eventual champion Marquez, Miller lost out in the Valencia finale, paying the price for incidents earlier in the season at Mugello, Assen, Aragon and Motegi. But Miller had already done enough to impress HRC. For 2015, he stepped straight up into MotoGP with Lucio Cecchinello's CWM LCR Honda team. His first taste of MotoGP came at the Valencia test in November, riding the 2014 customer Honda. Later in the month, he hopped onto his actual race bike for this year, running without electronic aids such as anti-wheelie and traction control in order to gain a better idea of how to deal with a much larger and heavier bike, not to mention 200 more horsepower than in Moto3. Miller describes Sepang as the greatest experience I've ever had on a motorbike, and he's hoping for a lot more great experiences as he ventures into the Lion's Den in Qatar at the end of March.